these all are tightly integrated. Ledger is used for general ledger final reporting. Okay, your trial balance, profit and loss accounts, etc. will be coming from the ledger level for each legal entity under the same business group. Operating unit is a system organization. It is not exist in the real world, but it is existing as a system organization. Under this system organization, what happens? Your data for a particular unit is segregated. Okay. If you have multiple of locations and you want to segregate the data, you can very well do that with your operating unit. If you have, let's say, just one unit, one location, let's say Chennai only, you can very well use that just ABC Chennai and it is done. No need to define multiple operating unit. If you have multiple operating unit, that is also possible that you can very well use the multi or access control, okay, which will allow you to process invoices, process payments, process other activities in accounts payable module for everyone. Let's say there is a security profile. There is a security profile assigned to the manager. Okay, manager have access to all the operating units, but below the manager, executive is there. That executive will have access to the executive will have access to just one operating unit. So that kind of control can be possible with the operating unit. So operating unit is used in the subledgers like accounts receivable, accounts payable, cash management module, a tax module, and etc. So to proceed further, your address for the supplier need to be attached with the operating unit, and that override default site attributes. Okay, if I enable this one, what will happen? Right now I'm not. It will allow you to changes some of the default what is getting created. Right now I am not doing this one. I am just creating supplier, tax reportable, click on apply. So now you will see the changes, what is happening. ABC site is added. Okay, address book is done, address we created like this, and now we have to do, this is for the payment purpose. This is contact directory. You can do the contact information, business classification, products and services provided by this supplier, banking details. You can very well add the bank account numbers. When we will be doing the payments, we will come back here. Service, any kind of service you are taking, approval history. Then terms and control. We have the accounting information coming over here. In the accounting, you can see the by default, what we have done the setup in the financial options is now defaulting here. Okay. So you see here, this is coming from the financial option setup. If you see prepayment, this is also available here. Bills payable, this is also available here. Okay, this is by default coming from the setup we have done. Okay, if we do not do that setup, we will not be able to proceed with the supplier creation also. Then tax and reporting. Okay, tax and reporting, we have this supplier site level. Tax and reporting details are there. If I click on date transaction tax. It will have nothing. Just now we done the setup. We do not have here anything. We will come back with the withholding tax related setups, and we will be coming over here to see what are the changes we need to do in order to proceed for the withholding tax. Okay, then if we are using purchasing module, we can very well assign over here the purchasing related details. Then we can assign the receiving details, payment details, how we want to do the payments to the supplier, payment attribute, payment specification, supplier side level, update the payment, how we want to do the payment to the supplier, by check, by electronic payment. These are the two methods I am going to discuss when we do the payment activity. Then with the supplier, what relationships, okay, if we have any other supplier which is related to this company ABC Limited, then we can very well assign that relationship over here. Next is the invoice management. Under invoice management, my invoice currency will be INR. It is very well coming from the default setups. You can very well change over here if you want. Invoice amount, invoice tolerance, nothing. Hold payment reason, nothing. The payments, how we want to do the payment in INR currency, payment priority, payment group. Okay, payment priority, the lower the number is the highest priority, the higher the number. So we have 1 to 99 as a priority. So if we are assigning 99 as a priority, that is the lowest priority. If we are assigning 1 as a priority, that is the highest priority. When we are going to do the payment activity, I will explain you the importance of this payment priority. Payment group, grouping of a particular type of supplier under one group. Let's say we have normal day-to-day activities related suppliers with whom we are dealing for our businesses. So let's say we are into software hardware consulting. So, and we are regularly purchasing some hardware and softwares, and we are issuing some manpower related resources bills. So that comes under the different categories. So if it is a hardware supplier, we can group it under hardware supplier, software suppliers, manpower resources supplier. All this can be grouped in the different categories, and we can use the that category to do the payments also. So right now it is standard. We will see where the time of doing payment, what all we can do. Deduct bank charges from the payment. Okay, right now it is no, and if we do the yes, it will deduct the bank charges from the payment, final amount of payment. Let's say we have to pay supplier 100 rupees and 2 rupees is the bank charges, then 2 will be deducted from the main payment. So it means that supplier is going to bear the bank charges for on our behalf, but this is not normally the case. Then terms. What is the terms with this supplier? We have immediate term. In term basis is invoice date, pay date basis discount. Always take discount, exclude freight from discount, all this is specification. Supplier preferences. We have nothing over here, supplier preferences. So these are related to invoice management. Okay, you can see all these details over here as well. Okay, and we have at the site level. So let me explain you what is this account level, what is this site level. Okay, supplier account level. This supplier at the account level will be available to all operating units, whether it is part of your group or part of any other. Suppose you are doing the practice on the same server, you are creating your own setup. This supplier will be very well available to you. Okay, but at the site level, you will see there is nothing. Okay, account level, site level is respective to will be attached to a specific OU. Okay. So account level, it is available as a master data, type of master data that so-and-so supplier with the so-and-so tax registration number will be available with just basic details, nothing more. Okay. But at the site level, it is attached to the specific OU. Suppose I just now have the one Chennai OU in my current setup. If I come at, I am expanding my business and I am going to open the, start the operation in Bangalore. So I will create one Bangalore as an operating unit and will attach that Bangalore operating unit to this supplier, so that the supplier will be also available for invoicing to Bangalore unit as well. So account level is the master data available to everyone. Site level is specific to the OU with which OU it is attached to. So this is the difference, and this will be also applicable to customer also, where customer setup also. So right now we have done the complete setup of our supplier. Okay. And with respect to the requirement of the customer, our clients who may come up with some specifications and etc. And when you transfer the data from legacy system to the Oracle system, all this activity comes under master data management. Okay, we have configurations, we have master data management, we have day-to-day transactions, we have a reporting. Okay, like this it is go in the flow. So right now we are in the configuration stage, and then we did some master data setup. That is a master data. ABC India Limited is the master data. What we were doing in the profile option and option setups, that is the configuration stage. So all this information is now saved. I close this window. Now I go to my Oracle system. I have invoices. Entry. I am going to enter invoice normally as a normal invoice. Sorry. Okay, I have enabled the batch control. So it will not allow me to enter the invoices, single invoices. I have to go in the invoice batches only. Invoice batch. Let's say we are, okay, I will say IT India. Let's say hardware supplier. The date will be the 21st. Okay, before that. No, I don't want to save it. Before that, we have done everything. To start using the accounts payable module, we forgot to do one setup now. And that setup is what? Suppose if you are not getting the require of detail over here, what you want to do, you can very well uh, press Control L. It will bring all the functions. Okay. It is going to bring all the functions what is available uh, with your responsibility. So we have to do AP accounting periods. Okay. So for the IT India ledger, we have to open the accounting period first, and then only we can proceed. Open, because we are in the July period. I am July period. We have two status: open and close. So now we are just July period. So it is done. Now we can enter the invoices, invoice batches. Hardware. Okay. This count and control amount you can enter, or it can be populated automatically once you complete with the batch entry. What is the type of invoice we are going to enter? Standard, credit memo, debit memo, expense report, mixed, prepayment, written. So right now we are entering invoice. That is means standard invoice. Okay. And document category. What is your document category? IT corporations AP invoices. This is the document category we created, and this is what we are going to use. Click on invoices. Okay. Here you can start doing the entry of your invoices. This is the header level, means you are going to enter the basic information of your invoices. Like who is the supplier? ABC. See, it is coming over here. What is the invoice date? Let's say 21st July 2021. Sorry. What is the invoice number? ABC hyphen 001. What is the invoice amount? See, now here you cannot change the INR. Okay, we will change one option and we will see over here what it is allowing us to do. Okay, 10,000 rupees. We have not done the tax setup till now. So we will do the tax setup and then we'll come again over this screen to enter the invoice with the taxes. Okay, so this is what 10,000 as the invoice. GL date is the accounting date. So right now we have given GL basis as the invoice date. We can very well give the system date as well, because sometimes what happens, we enter the invoice very next day, not on the same day, or we may be in the next period, not in the same period. And payment currency INR, payment rate date. Very well, you can provide the description over here. Description like hardware purchase. Okay. Then projects, etc., etc. Terms date 21st. I have to pay immediately. Payment method is by default, it is showing here. I can select any of this. Okay. Right now I am selecting. Okay, right now I am selecting check. And taxation country India, then we do not have to enter. These all are based on the country requirement, and based on the specific customer requirement, we can enter all this information. And nothing is required. We see here, okay, someone has enabled some DFF. So this DFFs we will see later together. DFFs means you can enter additional information which cannot be captured over here. Okay, which cannot be captured over here, but you want to capture that information, so that the reason you enable some DFS, descriptive flash field, so that will give some more light on the details, like what this invoice is for. So right now I am not entering anything. Okay. And this is the header part we are done with. Okay, this is just the basic information we entered, and we have to come to the lines. Under the lines, we are okay. Right now, we are entering manual. So we have to search where it is. Okay, if any column is not visible over here, you can very well right click on box, click on folder, show fields. In the show field, you can select which all the fields are hidden. So right now it is asking me voucher number. Okay, voucher number, let's say 1. Click on lines. Okay, it was asking me voucher number because right now I am entering invoice as manually. So manual invoice voucher should be used with the manual. Now first row number 1 item, under the type we have multiple things: freight, item, miscellaneous, taxes. Taxes we will see with the tax implementation. Miscellaneous charge lines means if it is not categorized by the purchased good and freight line, we can under very well miscellaneous, or freight line, item line. By default, it is understandable. 10,000 as my expenses. Okay, what we entered over here, it is, I'm just going to header to show you. I click folder, so liability account. See, liability account is by default. This is coming from the site level. Okay, so whatever you are doing in the accounts payable module, you are recording the transaction only with some defaults and with some manual entry. Accounting we have not done till now. We are just doing the entry. Okay, this is just one, and this 10,000. Now you have to click on distributions. When you click distribution, you will see here it is the red color. Okay, it means it is not matching till now. We are going to enter the hardware. 10,000 rupees. Accounting date 21st. In the account, we have to book it under the expenses. C1, CHN, purchasing. Now it is starting with the 5. So I'm booking under the cost of sales. Right now, no account, exact accounts available. Click OK. So what you are doing is the attaching the expense account to this supplier invoice. Okay, all this done. Once you entered all this mandatory information, click on save. This line is now saved because it will say 2 records saved. And you see here now it is matching. If it is matching, it will be in the black color. Close this one. Come on the general. Now you have entered the supplier invoice. There is nothing pending over here. You completely entered what you have wanted to enter. So now it comes the status. Status, it is saying never validated. Accounted, it is not yet accounted. Approval not required. Approval setup we have not done. We will do it, and we'll see uh, how the workflow is working. We will see the status and accounting status right now. Under the status never validated means this what we entered is correctly entered as per the system, yes or no. You think that you have entered correctly, but a system is saying it is never validated, so I cannot guarantee. So you have to do the validation. Click on actions, validate. Click OK. This is called as online validation. Okay. We have run the validation and status changed from never validated to status as validated. Now, running of accounting. If you run the accounting for this, there are many programs available. Okay. If you run create accounting, you have the draft, final posting also. If you run the draft, it will just show you the accounting, what it is going to do. So I just want to see what is the draft accounting. Click OK. Accounting has been successfully created for this transaction. Tools, view accounting. It will open one subledger page. Okay, you see here accounting details. This is the draft accounting. It is still not posted or not validated one. You see two ledgers, IT India ledger, IT India ledger USD, because we are also reporting our transactions in the USD. And that's the reason we have this 10,000, and with the exchange rate converted this 10,000 to a US dollar 134. And right now our ledger, this is the posting going to happen. Expense account, item expenses, liability account, expense account debit, liability account credit.
Gopal, so this is appearing because we have selected subledger at the conversion
Sorry,
level, right?
Kiran, can you be just louder?
No, no, the second set is appearing because we have selected conversion level as subledger, right?
Yes, exactly. We have selected
Oh,
subledger level conversion. So our reporting currency is also showing over here item expenses and liability in the US dollar. If we select just the journal level, it will not show here, but it will show in the GL journal ledger level. And if we just select the balance level, it will just convert the account balance to the reporting currency. That's the only three categories, and these all are the differences. So right now you see we have liabilities and item expenses, but this is still not posted in our general ledger. Okay. Now we go on to here, click on action, create accounting. If you select final, then you have to run another program, transfer to GL and post. So if I select the final one, click OK. Accounting created successfully for this transaction. Now the status of this transaction finally accounted as yes. But still this transaction is not posted in the general ledger level, GL level. So to proceed with the GL level, you just need to check the sequence assignment. So we just change our responsibility to system admin, applications, sequential numbering, and the categories. General ledger. In general ledger, we have something called purchase invoices. Okay, we have to assign sequence for this. Now we have to define a sequence. Let's say GL AP invoice application general level. First Jan 2021 automatic value 1. Automatic manual. Mostly it is automatic, so there will not be any manual sequence will be generated. I just clear this record. Okay, this much only. Saved it. Now I am going to assign this sequence to my category, because the document sequence will be linked to our ledger only in the assignment window. So it is general ledger. In the category, it is purchase invoices, accounts payable invoices, ledger IT India ledger. It is method is automatic. Okay, start date 1st Jan 2021. Sequence GL AP invoice. Again, I am assigning general ledger IT India. Okay, for our another ledger automatic and save. For both the ledgers, you have to do the assignment for the postings. Now we will post the final AP super user, invoices, entry, batches. In the batches, we press F11, hardware, control F11. This is our searching criteria for batch. Click on invoice. Click on actions. Okay, we have already run the create accounting. So now it is grayed out. We have to go to view, request, submit a new request. In the list, transfer journal entries to the general ledger. IT India ledger. Ending date 22nd July 2021. Post to the ledger, yes. Click OK. Submit. Because in the online level, we run the final accounting for one invoice. Okay, we will see further other things related to accounting tomorrow. This we are just now closing. Okay, transfer journal entries to the GL program will have started the journal import. Journal import means AP to GL, it will go through import process. Now posting has started. If this session is getting disconnected, to just immediately join again, because we want to complete this posting part also. Okay, the posting is also completed. So now we go to general ledger. General ledger super user, journals, enter journals, the ledger, IT India ledger, source, payables,